So I figured that after doing all the makeup shenanigans that I would show you some of my favorite albums that I've purchased recently and some of the ones I've been listening to, and to further make my friends think that I've gone insane because some of this stuff is something that people would not necessarily assume that I listen to. I don't think they assume anybody listens to this kind of music, but I do, so let's get into it. I love this pimple right here. I really fucking love her. So I want to start out with this one because it is a little different from the rest of them, and when you see that I listen to this and then what I listen to later on, it's gonna be kind of weird. But I got this for Christmas this past year. It's this beautiful thing, and it is a K-pop album, and this album is from 2015, so it's not brand spanking new, but I was listening to it in 2015, I think, but primarily in 2016. I listened to a lot of K-pop in 2016, but this album stood out to me a lot. I really like the song Lionheart, which is what the album is called. And this is Girls' Generation, by the way. All of these lovely ladies. She's my favorite. She has a solo career too. I really love the song Lionheart. It has like a 1950s style to it, which is really, really cool. I really love this album. It's really, really cute. The K-pop albums are super duper cool. They're really different from our CDs. I mean, we do stuff like this sometimes, but like this is the only kind that I could find. And it's this whole like booklet. Like this. Actually, I take that back. I had a One Direction album when I was in middle school, and it was like this too. But it's got a bunch of pictures. It's got pictures of all the girls, and then it's got the lyrics. Well, that one doesn't have lyrics on it. So like it's got the pictures of the girls, and then it's got the lyrics right here. But yeah, that's that, and then that's the CD. I thought I'd show you. I won't show you all of them like this, but this one's really cool. And I love it a lot. And Lionheart is of course my favorite. I like Party. I like Paradise. I like Bump It. I think I like Showgirls. I like You Think. That one's funny. But yeah, this album is really cool. It's really bomb. If you like K-pop, if you like the 1950s style, if you are into cute shit, you'd like this one. Anyway, on to all the rest of the stuff, which is a bit more, I guess, normal and what other people might know. I also got this at a used music store. I love this album. My dad used to listen to this when I was a kid, and he'd like put this in the car and we'd be on road trips. I've had a lot of interesting experiences with my dad, but I know that one experience that I really remember and I really cherish is when we used to listen to this album on road trips, because he would just be like so calm and so cool, and we'd be jamming. That's one of the songs on here, and it's one of my favorites primarily because that was one that my dad listened to a lot. I love that. I love, I love all of them, but I think my favorite ones are Three Little Birds, which is the Don't Worry, Be Happy song. I love Could You Be Loved, Redemption song, Jamming, Exodus, Is This Love, No Woman, No Cry. Like, it's so good. It's good. It's good. If you like reggae, of course you have to have a Bob Marley album, and this is the one to get. It's called Legend, and it's Bob Marley and the Wailers. So I've been listening to that when I need to calm down. So here's where we get into the interesting music stuff, because I'm sure a lot of people don't think that I listen to this kind of stuff. So we got a lot of music here to cover, but I'm gonna try to do it really fast. I recently got into Metallica, and Metallica has always been one of those groups that I never really listened to growing up. They never really played their, music on mainstream radio stations. It was always on like the Blitz or something, which we never really listened to that often. I always knew a lot of people loved them, and I was like, I want to like eventually one day listen to Metallica, but I never really remembered to do so. This album is what started it for me. And it doesn't even look like an album. It just looks like markings on a black thing. But this is the Black Album by Metallica. But this is the one that got me into Metallica and also got me into the more heavier metal. Enter Sandman is the song that converted me. I really love Metallica. They're awesome. Not only that, but like they're really cool dudes too. Kirk Hammett is awesome. He is like me. But anyways, yes, the Black Album by Metallica is one of my favorite metal albums of all time. I know that everyone loves Enter Sandman. Everyone's like, oh yeah, everyone loves that, and everyone plays it on Guitar Center. But it's a fucking good song. There's a reason everyone loves it. If you want to know what else I like on this album besides Enter Sandman, because everyone loves Enter Sandman, I love Sad But True, Holier Than Thou, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters, Think, Struggle Within, My Friend in Misery. I mean, I love all of them, but yeah, those ones definitely. I love The Unforgiven a lot. It's really good. And Nothing Else Matters is really good too. But here we have the Ride the Lightning album, which is another one of my favorites, and The artwork for it's so real, like so cool too. You can tell it's from the 80s. This album is from 1984, and I think my favorite songs on here would be For Whom the Bell Tolls, of course, Fade to Black. I love the Call of, I'm assuming this is Cthulhu. Creeping Death is good. Fight Fire with Fire. I showed that song to my mom, and she just started laughing because it's like I love all of them, but if I had to pick, like, you know, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, The Call of Cthulhu, it's literally just guitar for like. That song is almost 9 minutes long. Holy Jesus! Look at that. 8 minutes and 52 seconds. I had no idea it was that long. I've listened to the whole thing. It doesn't feel that long. Wow. Yeah, a lot of metal songs, especially from the 80s and stuff, are super duper long. But yeah, I love that album too. I've also been listening to a lot of Queen because they are queens. I love them, especially now that Adam Lambert's their frontman. Like, oh my god, like, you mix my two favorite things together. I love Adam Lambert. I have one of his albums right in there. I love him. I watched him on American Idol back in 2009, and he is the one contestant I remember, like, vividly, because I was like, this boy has talent. I love him. He better make it. And now he's Queen's frontman. Like, I'd say he made it. And it's so cute because guess what song he used? Guess what song he used? He sang Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, oh my god. That is insane. He sang Bohemian Rhapsody on American Idol, and now he's their frontman. Like, what? That's so cool. That is so cool. But anyways, this album is News of the World, and it's got a lot of the classics like We Are the Champions, and it's also got We Will Rock You. I really love, I love All Dead, All Dead. I love Spread Your Wings. See, I think Who Needs You, My Melancholy Blues, It's Late, Sheer Heart Attack. They're great. I love them. This is from 1977, and then this CD in particular is a re-released version from 91. This one's good. If you like Queen, this is one of the classic albums. I would suggest you get it. So, I'm going to see Bon Jovi with my mom in April, and I'm so freaking excited. We're going to the Chicago concert, and it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. He's one of those, well, the band. I've loved the band since I was a kid, too, because my mom would start playing Slippery When Wet in the car, and I would just be like, yeah, man, shot through the high. And they're great. And then I finally saw pictures of John Bon Jovi. He is cute. He's still cute. He looks the fucking same. The only thing that's different is he doesn't have all of his hair anymore. But, like, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful man in the 80s. Oy. But we are gonna see Bon Jovi in concert in Chicago, and we got one of these albums. This House Is Not For Sale. The one that, like, they're going on tour for, pretty much. We got this with our tickets. Tickets were expensive AF, but at least we got a free CD out of it. She got one and I got one. And this album is really good. It just came out in 2016. And it doesn't quite sound like their old stuff, of course, because a lot of time has passed. It's not really, oh, there he is now. Like, look at him. His face is like the same. They're all popping. They're all killing it. But this album is good. I actually really like it. A lot of the time, like, when old artists will make new albums, it's kind of like, I don't know if I like that too much. But this one, oh, it's really good. I like This House Is Not For Sale. I love that one. I like Labor of Love is good. I like Roller Coaster. God Bless This Mess. Some of these I can't really remember what they sound like off the top of my head, but Knockout is probably my favorite song in here, and it's my mom's favorite song on here too. Knockout's really good. It kind of sounds a bit more like some of their older stuff. It's a bit more harsh. I think Born Again Tomorrow is really good too. They're good. It's good. So we got the Bon Jovis. Now, let's talk about my boys, Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen is part of the reason why I want to play the electric guitar. That man is a freaking legend. When I heard him play Eruption, when I finally watched him perform it back in like 80-something, that man is a legend. And then David Lee Roth is so good. And I also love Sammy Hagar too. Like, a lot of people don't like when Sammy Hagar came on the scene. But I really like both of the songs with Van Halen when it was David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. I know words. But this album is the greatest hits, so it's got both of them. It's got all these. It's got Eruption, Ain't Talking About Love, Running with the Devil, Dance the Night Away, In the Cradle of Rock, Unchained, Jump, Panama, Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams, When It's Love, Pound Cake, Right Now, Can't Stop Loving You, Humans Being, Can't Get This Stuff No More, and Me, Wise Magic. I just hit my glasses. All of those songs are great. Like, I really, if I had to pick a favorite for old school, I would say Ain't Talking About Love. I mean, of course, Eruption, but I don't know if that one necessarily counts because it's just guitar. But Ain't Talking About Love, I love that song. I also love Jump in Panama, of course. Those are like their most famous songs, but I love those. And then I have to say that the song Dreams is one of those songs that took me into like a different realm when I first listened to it. It is so good. And then Why Can't This Be Love is another one of those songs for me, and When It's Love is, it's like, it's cheesy, but it's really good. Right Now is good. It's so good. Unchained is awesome. The riff is awesome. I want to play all these songs on the guitar. I wish to sound like him one day. He is a legend. I love him. Some people say he doesn't play with any feel. Frick that. He's amazing, okay? I'm gonna get makeup all over these CDs because I'm smacking my face with them. So yeah, that's enough about Van Halen. I will like explode if I talk any more about them. Next, we have Scorpions, and it's got all of their greatest hits. It looks really cute on the back. I love it. Of course, we all love Rock You Like a Hurricane. That was Scorpions. Still Loving You is their best song by far. Like that, like I was saying with Van Halen, that's one of those songs that just, you're transported to a whole other world when you hear it. It's so, so good. Maybe not everyone feels that way, but like I feel it in my soul when I listen to that song. So, Still Loving You, personally my favorite. But I also love Big City Nights. I think I love Love Drive, Blackout, Rhythm of Love, No One Like You's really good. You Give Me All I Need. Like, it's a good album. This is good. If you see this, get it, because it's good. That's that. I got this from that used music store as well. I got this from the used music store. And the Bon Jovi one is brand spanking new. We got it because we're going on his tour. So our last two albums, these two might be a little bit more surprising. I mean, Motley Crue's not that crazy, especially since I just showed you some of this stuff, but I feel like they are a little bit more kind of like that rebellious harsh rock in comparison to those. Those ones are more kind of like ballady and like epic arena power metal sort of things. But I also really love Motley Crue. It's got, this is the little sleeve, and then this is the album. This is a greatest hits album, and I got this from Walmart for like $5 or something. It is ridiculous, and it's got all of their greatest hits. It's got all of them. So Too Fast for Love is great, Shout at the Devil's great, Looks That Kill is great, Too Young to Fall in Love great, Smoking in the Boys' Room is great. It makes me laugh. But my favorites are Home Sweet Home, which you've probably heard, Wild Side, Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart My Heart, Without You. I really love Sick Love Song. I think that one's a newer one. It sounds kind of like a late 90s, early 2000s song maybe, or maybe even newer than that. And I also love If I Die Tomorrow. Those songs are really good. I love those. Don't Go Away, Mad, Just Go Away is also a really good song. But yeah, Motley Crue's great. So last but not least, the one album that's gonna make people question my sanity, especially if you know me personally, you're gonna be a little surprised. I mean, I think that these were already surprising on their own, but this one is a little bit more questionable, and that is Iron Maiden. I love this album, and I really do like Iron Maiden. I don't know what the album is called, but whichever one has the Trooper on it, I really wanted to get that one, but it was a bit more expensive at the store. This one I got brand new, actually. This one was brand new, but it was like in the $5 bin at Walmart. This one was brand new, but it was from the mall. I got this from FYE just this past weekend, and I freaking, like, it's supposed to be creepy, but it's so cool. I love this album artwork. It's like definitely my favorite out of all the artwork. I don't know why. It's just like the colors, and I think he looks really freaking cool, and I love like his silvery hair, and it's really cool how he's like controlling the devil, and then the devil's like controlling him, and it's like Inception. But it's so cool. I love this album. It's some of the songs are a little fucked up on it, but that's what you get when you go into the heavier metal. This album's originally from 1982, but this is a 1998 release of it. So this one has Invaders, Children of the Damned, The Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue, The Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Gangland, Total Eclipse, and Hallowed Be Thy Name. And Hallowed Be Thy Name is the reason that I bought this album in the first place. I hadn't really listened to the other songs on this album. I was just hoping and praying that this would be good. And it is! I really like it. There's only really a few that I kind of skim over, but even then I would still listen to them. Like, I'd say probably the only ones that I kind of skip over are 22 Acacia Avenue and Gangland, but I still like them a lot too. My favorite song on here is of course Hallowed Be Thy Name, which is the last one. It is a 7-minute song. It is great. It is so cool. It's like, it starts out like super like mellow and kind of creepy and almost like a scary movie sort of thing, and then it just, the man's vocals are so amazing. I think his name is Bruce. He's good. I mean, I'm new to Iron Maiden, so I don't know too much about them, but fucking awesome. I also love Children of the Damned. I love The Prisoner, The Number of the Beast, which is literally a song about 666. It cracks me up, but it's a good song too. I also love Run to the Hills, which is a really sad song because it kind of talks about how we slaughtered all the Native Americans. God bless America, am I right? But that's another reason why I like this album too, is because they do address that and are like, white people fucked up, you know? So that's awesome. I really love this one. If you want some good old American history, you can listen to this one. I mean, you could listen to any Iron Maiden album and you probably get some of that, because I know The Trooper is about like the Revolutionary War, I think Invaders is also about that time era too. I haven't really listened to the lyrics too much, but I know Run to the Hills is about that, and it's fucked, but it's true. And I think that's probably why a lot of people don't like heavy metal, because a lot of it is very true and very real. More real than we would like to admit. So those are some of my new albums that I've been listening to. I go from stuff like this to stuff like this. I really don't have like a favorite type of music. I have lots of favorite types of music, but like right now I'd probably say that metal and rock and roll is kind of where I'm at right now. Specifically the stuff in the 1980s, as you can see, pretty much all of this was from the 80s or older. So yeah, those are kind of my music favorites. I went on forever. I'm gonna cut a lot of that stuff out, I'm sure. I mean, I'm gonna cut this part out probably. But those are some of the songs that I've been listening to, and maybe if you guys are interested in like the 1980s and the rock and the glam rock and the metal and all that stuff, maybe you'll be interested in some of those albums. I know that I really like them, and I'm kind of particular when it comes to metal. I also think that Lionheart is a really good Girls' Generation album. If you're interested in them, I would say check that one out, because Lionheart is like my favorite song of theirs, and it's what got me into K-pop, I'd say. So yeah, if you enjoyed, I'm glad, I'm happy. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna stick around this long, but if you did, thank you so much. I guess that's all I have. Bye-bye!